Hi there. A quick reminder before we get into the podcast about my up and coming tour 2026, Bridging the Two Worlds. To purchase your tickets, go to Event Finder, and because you're one of my listeners, I'll give you a 5% discount. So please put in the code BLESSINGS, which is all in capitals. I look forward to seeing you there. Remember to head to the link below to purchase a ticket and the discount code. Blessings in love, Kerry Marie. Hi, Andre.
Hey, Mum.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you too.
I can't believe that we're here again at Christmas time, because I can remember having a podcast with you and suddenly it was Christmas and we're talking about it and now it's Christmas again.
Yeah, that's time
Yeah.
really does fly, doesn't it?
I know.
Yeah, I remember the same thing.
Yeah. So how many podcasts have we done, do you think? How many altogether?
I think this is 59.
Wow. So we're nearly at the 60 mark.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, hasn't that flown by?
It's gone really fast, actually.
Yeah.
I'm getting more and more subscribers, which is great. And more people learning about mind, body and soul.
Yeah, I just can't believe, when you first sort of pitched the idea of doing this podcast, to think that there was 60 episodes worth of content
To talk about.
and more in the new year as well.
Yeah, I have. There's something in particular I want to talk about next year. I want to talk about pets.
Mm-hmm.
And do pets talk to you from spirit? And I think that's going to be a really good subject. So that's something that's coming up.
There's something that we haven't really touched on.
Yeah, I know. So it starts off with my tour, which is like 25th of February through to the 9th of March. So I've been busy canvassing that. And hopefully, if we make some profit, I'll be able to give some money to hospice, because that's my aim. I'd like to give some money to hospice if I can. That's hospice is really, really dear to my heart.
Yeah, so it's a really good cause.
It's fantastic, and they actually survive on what people give to them, so they need donations.
Is that right?
Yeah, they do. They don't get grants given from the government. It's actually purely by donation.
Wow, that's amazing.
It's amazing. Their job is absolutely incredible. I know from personal experience and people I know. So yeah.
Oh wow. Well, they're there when you need them most, right?
Yeah. So
in the darkest
come and
times.
book your seats, because I want to be able to give some money to hospice. Go to Bridging the Two Worlds and on Event Finder. All right, so we just start our Christmas, and today we're going to talk about Christmas and the New Year, and it's particularly very interesting, the new cycle that's coming up. But we'll talk about Christmas for now.
Okay. Well, we'll start off. What does Christmas mean to you?
It means a variety of things, and something as I've got older, become more aware. I think, as we've talked about before, as children, it's like with your daughter Mila, she's really excited about Santa and presents and Christmas trees and Christmas holidays, and it's all just a new thing to her, and it's really exciting. So I think as a child, of course, it was like really exciting, and making Christmas cards and decorations and all that sort of thing. So when you first think of Christmas, people often think about that. And the other day I was talking about Christmas on a reel. I did a reel and I heard spirit come through, because it's very sad when people die at Christmas or around Christmas time. But they said joyous. They said it's a joyous time, so they're celebrating in spirit. So that's how they see it. So, but I also look at it as a time of stress, actually, because there's always such a pressure. So everything gets closed into that month. December's upon you. Suddenly you have to get everything done, everything wound up, everything done at once. There's always like Christmas shopping. People are stressed. The roads go a bit crazy as well. It's as well, and I suppose financially for some people it's quite difficult. I find particularly it's quite a busy time of year, but I've had some Christmases I've absolutely dreaded, and the Christmases I've dreaded is when I've gone through sadness and I've gone through a hard time. I haven't really cared about Christmas, so I'm good at the moment. I'm good the last quite a few years now, but there has been times in my life where it has been quite hard for me. So I think that sometimes Christmas, I really feel for Christmas at times for people as well. It can be a very lonely time. Maybe they're very alone. And Christmas just magnifies everything. So everything becomes bigger. You're more aware of everything. So people can feel particularly alone at Christmas, I feel. It's really emphasized, or they could be really missing someone, and there can be a lot of heartache as well. So that's the other thing at Christmas. And I feel for people, the less fortunate Christmas time as well. So here we are in our lovely Western civilization, and we're having much more abundance. But I feel about not just our Western culture, people even like in New Zealand and around the world that are suffering. I do think about others. So it's a myriad of things. I think one of the things that's particularly on my mind, I think at Christmas, I think for lots of people, is love. Is definitely love is really emphasised, and I also think that it's also family, and particularly that's a time that you really often people think about family. In Christianity, though, obviously it's more focused on the Christian aspect, which is the birth of Jesus. The birth of Jesus, yeah, and that's an important time for the Christians. They're celebrating that time as well.
Yeah. So we're lucky. We're blessed with a pretty big family, and
Yeah.
I've always Christmas has always been a very exciting time for me growing up, and even now as an adult with a young family.
Yeah.
I totally resonate with the busyness coming up to Christmas. I just finished work a couple of days ago and really felt this year that I really crawled to the ends there.
Yeah.
And we finished
Yeah.
off with a champagne breakfast, and then it was tools down for the year, and that was a really nice thing just to
Yeah.
do, and just try to forget about that for 3 weeks, and enjoy this period of time, but
Yeah.
acknowledge that we're very blessed that, well, at the moment, with that opportunity to enjoy that time, and
Yeah.
very conscious that's not the same for everyone.
No, it's not
as well.
actually. Yeah.
So recently you were published in the Women's Weekly, so
Yes.
congratulations for that.
Thank you.
In that you mentioned about like missing people and those you love.
Yes.
And so can you expand on that for those people that are like missing people that they love over Christmas,
Yeah.
and how you can sort of cope with that?
Yeah, so it was quite a big emphasis because it was a Christmas article that came out. A particularly lovely journalist that was very kind and understanding that interviewed me. But I talked to her about, it's one of my subjects that comes up a lot, about missing people at Christmas, because what happens to me is that with my readings, so my readings, I do a lot of mediumship. I do what's called evidential mediumship. So unless mediumship's evidential, the person can relate to information you're giving, then it doesn't sort of speak to them. I don't see it as healing. So you've got to actually prove that that person is still around. You have evidence about them. So with my evidential mediumship, people come for readings and they get this lovely evidence that comes through, and they know it's their family. But I don't know how often. I'd say more than 1 in 2 spirits. I'd say more than 50%, more like 70 to 80% say that they'll be there at Christmas. They always say it. There's certain things they say. They say that I've come home. They say there's beautiful colours here, and the other thing that they say is I'll be there at Christmas. And so what I can tell you about your loved ones is that they are, why I got the words earlier about joyous, is because they celebrate Christmas. They are with you. They are amongst you. The spirit world is such a different place. It's a lot of healing that takes place. It's a lighter, it's a high vibration, it's a happy vibrations. They haven't got all the sickness, they haven't got all the worries, they haven't got the politics or wars, they haven't got financial problems. They've got, it's free and easy, and it's a beautiful place, and they're really happy and free when they're in the spirit world. And some people refer to it as heaven, whatever. I believe I just say it's both to me. And so they're very happy and they're amongst you. And so what it said in the article, which I found very uplifting, was actually people hold back at Christmas because they feel guilty about feeling happy or celebrating Christmas, because they feel this person's died, they're no longer we're here, and then I shouldn't really enjoy my time. But it's the opposite actually, because the spirit world are free, they're happy, and they're in a good place, and they love seeing you light up with joy. They love seeing you happy. They really enjoy it. They're amongst you. They celebrate with you. It's almost like you can put a set of place at the table for them, like have a toast to them. They do celebrate, and they also very much celebrate. And occasions like birthdays or anniversaries, they bring it up with me all the time. Where it's someone's wedding, they tell me about a birth that's going to happen, about a new life that's coming into the world. So they're in all these amazing occasions. But also the other time is they're non-judgmental. They're not like we are in a human form. They're very loving, kind, and understanding. So they also wipe away your tears as well. So they feel your tears as well, and they offer you comfort and love and support. So they're not judging you. If you're feeling you're down and sad or grumpy on Christmas Day, whatever it is, they understand. They're not judging you. So they just come in and give you this comfort and love. So yeah, for them, it's a loving, kind time, and they're celebrating or they're comforting you. That's what it's like for them, and they want you to be okay. And they understand your grief. I think it's really important that when people go through grief, that they physically go through that grief. It's a human experience, it's a physical thing, and there's no shortcuts with grief, unfortunately, because even if you are aware that your loved one is around you, they show you signs, they're no longer with you physically in your presence, and that's something really difficult to deal with. But all I can suggest is know that their spirit is with you, and not to feel guilty, and to ask them. Also, they might show signs to you as well, because sometimes they might give you it's them that's there. They'll show a sign that they've come in. Yeah.
And what about the people, like if you're not feeling those things yourself, you haven't gone through those things yourself, but you know someone close to you that's going through loss or going through heartbreak?
Yeah.
How
Well,
can we support those people?
Well, I think first of all, I'll talk about going through sad times yourself at Christmas. So sometimes that's the first question, I think. So I think it's first to start with yourself and then to talk about other people. So you may be missing something at Christmas, but it's also sometimes people have dreadful experiences around Christmas. So even our family's aware there's been a loss, a significant loss in our own family recently, of extended family. That's very difficult and very hard. And like I said, it makes everything harder and magnified because it is Christmas and it's emphasised more. And sometimes, someone may have a sick animal, or someone's going through sickness or hardship or accidents, or they've lost someone, or maybe something's gone wrong with their business. There's all sorts of things. Maybe it's a broken relationship. That's the worst thing. A broken relationship at Christmas, that can be, it's not the worst, but it can feel like the worst thing. So if you're going through that, I would just say, what I would do if I'm suffering, I said, just give yourself a break. Don't have too many expectations of yourself. You're okay, because you can feel when you're in grief or hurting or going through difficult times, you can feel very alone when people are happy and having a good time. And I just think, just really look after yourself. Cuddle yourself, look after yourself, make sure that you're okay. It's like, don't put that pressure on yourself to be a certain way. You're allowed to be who you are. And I know that Spirit said that they enjoy it when you're happy, but they actually understand it when you're not. So it's okay to be sad, and it's okay to look after yourself, and just do your best. It doesn't matter. Whatever you want to do. Maybe you don't want to be around people. I mean, I know somebody that cannot stand Christmas Day, and they go and do counselling on Christmas Day. They work for Lifeline. That's what they do. That's how they cope. They go and help people with Lifeline. That's what they do. And some people may want to just stay at home and eat chocolate and watch Netflix all day. I mean, there's no rules, is there?
That sounds like a pretty good Christmas.
Yeah. But you know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's like, don't have any, I would say, first of all, don't have any expectations on yourself. So the second part of that question is, what, how can you be there for other people? Well, I think it's the same, is that don't have expectations on other people. I think that's really important. Don't expect that people have to act or be a certain way. I think it's all how you approach it, to be honest. So just be understanding. I think also sometimes people don't really want to talk about, say, someone's past, but I think the empathy is really important. So someone's lost someone, to just say, look, this really sucks. This just really sucks. This must be really hard for you. That's really empathy. It's really hard, and I really feel for you. And how are you doing? Don't try and make it better. I think the worst thing when someone passes to say they're in a better place. Yes, I'm saying that Spirit tells me that, but it's the worst thing you can say to someone that's lost something is just say, that must be really hard for you. That's what they need to hear, because when you say to someone they're in a better place, it's closing them down. So our Pākehā Western culture very much closes people down. When someone says they've had some sort of loss, it's like, they've had a good life, or at least they're out of pain now, or they're not sick anymore, they can rest now. all that sort of stuff does not help people. In fact, it makes grief a lot worse. What you're saying to someone else, you're telling them to grieve it up. Grieve, you're allowed to grieve. In fact, it's a sign, your grief is a sign of how much you loved somebody. It's all, it is a sign of how much love you have. So be empathetic. Just say, that must be really tough. And also, the other thing you can do to support someone that's going through a difficult time, and people have done this for me, and I've done it in return. I've done something for them practical. That's why doing something like going cleaning their house, or cooking them a meal, or doing the garden for them, or just doing something really, fixing their car. I mean, I don't know, just anything practical. Just take that practical stuff off their shoulders. They don't have to worry about it. That's also a really good way. And also just listening. I'm hearing Spirit say to me, and I feel quite emotional about this, is that I'm hearing just listen, just listening. And Spirit's making me feel emotional. So I feel, wow, it's making me emotional. So they want me to give this message, is that maybe just sit with someone and just listen, because it's tough sometimes, and that's, people just want someone that's really authentically and really listening. So that's my suggestions.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
does
these are
that help?
very sensible suggestions. And
Thank you.
if anyone wants to come and do my garden, then you're more than welcome.
But yeah. But
Um,
anything,
yeah.
clean their windows,
Yeah.
pay
Exactly.
for them to get a cleaner in or something. Just do something. Pay for them to go out for dinner, or just anything. Yeah.
Um, is it possible to tap into the spirit world and this, and get some help that way if you're going through grieving yourself or
Absolutely. Like get
yeah,
signed, you mean?
yeah,
Absolutely, 100%. So you don't need just to have a medium. You can actually tap into spirit yourself. Like I said, it's a very natural thing. There's lots of, you don't need to be a medium to be psychic, but you need to be psychic to be a medium. But the thing is, we're all psychic. Some people are more sensitive and more open than others. But just ask spirit to show you a sign of something. And it could be just, you might just hear a song, that's their favourite songs, the lights may flash. I had a sign the other day from someone, and it was a very real sign, and I wondered, if I thought, surely is that them? And I actually woke up, and it was like I woke up and I saw like white flashes. So it was like almost like Guy Fawkes, Andre. It was like it came flash, 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 big flash at the end. It had three of them. And then the next day, I felt a softening of this person, felt them there. And I told my girlfriend, who's a medium as well, I said, I can't believe it. I'm pretty sure it's this person. And then I heard a voice say, I'm listening to you. And I thought, whoa. And then I was sitting in my car, and it's this bird. And I think it was a blackbird. It was a dark bird. And you know how we've got that bit under our house? We've got two-story, but we've got that bit in between. And I'm in my car. This bird flew really fast under that bit between, straight at me. I went over the car, and I knew that was a sign for spirit. So that person's not the bird, but that person is definitely a sign that they're around, because they influence around you. Like, I'm going to do a little reel soon about butterflies. I think butterflies are really important to me. I've got butterfly today on here, because often people, the spirits around the butterfly. Butterflies are really important. You may just see one. A dragonfly is another one, sign from spirit. Smells are really important. You may smell like cigar smoke or cigarette smoke. You may smell a scent. You may just, someone may give you some flowers or something, or someone gives you a gift, or you may hear a voice. You might just hear a voice, or you just might wake up. Like today, I woke up with Spirit World with me. It was a beautiful, I say the angels are visiting. I had this beautiful connection with spirit. It's like these beautiful lights and sound. You just have a spiritual experience. You may even just see a face. You may see someone. You can tell it's them. You may just see someone in your mind's eye. I know somebody that the lavender was really important to them, and on Christmas Day, they had lavender, and they had a pot with lavender in it, and they looked at it. No, it was violet, it wasn't lavender, so it was violet. And they looked at the pot someone gave them, and it lit up. It actually, a big light appeared in the pot plant. It's incredible. But the spirits will give you signs, or maybe just a headline in a magazine, or something that comes on TV, or someone may say something and it really speaks to your soul. They use all sorts of things to get through to you. That happens when you least expect it. So on Christmas Day, if you're wanting your loved ones to connect, just don't just say come through how and when you want to. It'll happen in a most unexpected way. In fact, yeah, I had a situation recently that I wanted some confirmation from Spirit. I was at work, I was meeting someone. I said, I want some flowers from someone. Within a week, I said, no, everything's going to be okay. I arrived to meet these girls from the past, and someone gave me a sunflower. Had it waiting for me. I couldn't believe it because sunflowers are sign of the medium, one of my favourite flowers, satin roses. And I thought, there's my sign. So it's like that as we come unexpected. Says, yes, Spirit will show you signs, and they love it if you make a toast to them as well. They really love it. They enjoy it. They say it's a lot of fun. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, really interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. So with Christmas, I picked a card because I decided that I've got my message from Spirit cards. See, they've got my butterflies on, which are really important. So pick number 16. This is a Christmas message from your loved one. I feel your grief as you move forward and turn a new leaf. I'm always around you in a better place. I give you comfort from my space. Know we're connected in so many ways. I can still see you every minute and every day. You may feel at times that you can't cope. I'm still with you, giving you hope. And it's number 16, which is one of wisdom. So there's a lovely message from the spirit world for you. And actually, I'm confirming what I said, because I said they can feel your grief. They're saying they're still around. Are you trying to move on? They're saying they're around you but in a better place, which I mentioned in the podcast. So they were working with me in the podcast. They comfort you, which is I also said, and so connected. And they also know that sometimes you feel you can't cope, which I talked about. And that's okay, because Spirit's giving you hope and they love you unconditionally. So that's what I can talk about Christmas. And yeah, so there's Christmas and then there's New Year, isn't there?
There is New Year. So we're at the end of 2025. We're about to enter 2026.
Yeah.
Is there anything interesting about this transition period?
It is so interesting. This
All right,
is why I
tell us
want to do
about
a podcast. This is one of the most interesting changes. And I love numerology. It's one of my favourite subjects. And so this year is 2025, which adds up to a 9. So 9's quite a soulful knowing number, but it's about endings, because with numerology it's from 1 to 9, so you always get 1 to 9 years. So the 9's all about endings, and so this year there's been a lot of endings. And the other thing, it's been a hard cycle the last 9 years, and we were talking about it. I mean, the shootings in Christchurch was about 7 years ago, and we've had like COVID, and we've had so many things that have happened. It's been really quite difficult times. The last cycle has been difficult. And so there's a real winding up of things. Just generally in the world, there's an ending of everything, and a seesaw getting and a stopping. Sometimes it might be businesses that are wound up. There can be relationships that are ended. There could be people finishing work and starting work. There could be kids leaving school, finishing school, looking for a new job. There could be you've got to change your job. There could be new relationships. There's sadly there could be endings of bad things. Like there could be maybe there's ending of bad health, and that's all over. You've got that over and dusted, or tying up loose ends. Sadly, sometimes it can be people have passed as well, which you know about. But endings are not easy. Endings, this is why it's been a bit of a struggle, and I've seen this in people. So it's how sometimes it can be quite hard to sell a house, and packing it all up. It can be really hard, tying up those loose ends. I mean, when people go through a divorce, for instance, that's really hard. It's not easy. Going through ending a business and maybe selling a business and winding it up, or selling it to someone else, or shift of countries. A lot of people have shifted country, and so there's that. That's an ending, a new beginning. There's so many, and this year I'm so aware of so many endings at the moment, and so don't be too hard on yourself because it would feel quite stressful this year because it would feel there's a lot of endings at the moment. Yeah, and that's just very normal and natural as well. So that's what this year's about. So you'll feel it right up until the end of the year.
Mm-hmm.
But what is exciting is the new year, and 2026 does bring a lot of hope. And I know that a lot of New Year's people often think it's going to be a better year. Doesn't mean that. It just means it's a brand new cycle. So there's
So
new
it's a one
openings.
because it's 226.
Yes,
Right?
so it adds up to a one.
Yeah, right. Okay.
And I'm very excited to next year because it adds up to 10, which goes to 1.
Yeah.
And so that's so exciting. So so new cycle, completely new cycle, new era, new everything next year. And it's like a fresh start. It really is. The downside of the one, because there's never everything's perfect, is that anything new is difficult, isn't it? Anything new is difficult.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, it's like change, right?
Change.
Yeah, it's unsettling.
It's unsettling. So even giving birth is really hard, isn't it? It's new life. It's new.
Yeah.
That's
Well, they
not
talk
easy.
about depression is about the past,
Yeah.
about something's happened in the past,
Yeah.
and anxiety is about the future.
Yeah.
And so with change and new beginnings, I mean, exciting, but with that comes an element of anxiety because it's unknown.
Well, yeah, and it's
Right.
also forging forward. For instance, this is my first tour, a debut tour, and I've learnt so much. It's hasn't been a piece of cake. Just like putting the tour out there and everything that comes with it. I'm excited about the tour, but I put everything, heart and soul into it. It's my first tour.
Yeah.
So that I've really noticed that I've become aware of something completely new to me because during COVID it was supposed to be my first tour, and then COVID happened, so I've had to start a lot later.
Yeah.
When you shift house, you've got to unpack house. When you've got a new baby, you know what that's like. It's a new beginning. It's like a whole new dynamic with a new child in your life.
Yeah.
New relationships, exciting as they are, like new beginnings are, they can be quite a bit of hard work, new relationships. It's like getting to know something new. What about a new job, for instance? A new job is not easy.
Yeah.
Usually it's not a piece of cake. Yeah, so normally it's like you're finding your feet, you're finding your way. And the thing about next year, it's so important next year, is to lay good foundations down for the year ahead.
And how do you do that?
Well, it's like building a house, like in the Bible, isn't it? About the house upon the sand and the house upon the rock, something like that. It's like, don't you believe it's planning? It's about being organised. It's about being aware. It's about taking the risk and doing it and having the endurance to get through and the courage to get through and to go going. So it's exciting, but also it takes a lot of effort. And you need to, I'm hearing from Spirit, you also need to manage it. It's a bit like what they're showing me, it's a bit like gardening. So it's planting those seeds. So what you're doing is planting those seeds. But you got to put the seeds in good soil. And then what you have to do, make sure you water the seed, but you don't overwater it. You just do that at enough. You take care of it. You look after it. It's the same thing.
Yeah. And I guess there's an element of you can do all the right things, and sometimes the weather's not what it needs to be.
Yeah,
as well, right?
exactly.
And then
Yes.
so you need to restart again, and
Yeah. But to me, it's like it's a challenge as well. So challenge is really good. Like I'm really excited about my tour, and I can't wait to go around New Zealand and I'd actually help people through Spirit coming through and giving the evidence and giving beautiful messages. And but you know, it's scary because it's something new for me. Like I've done shows in Auckland, but haven't done shows elsewhere. So. But of course there's an element of nervousness in it. But what I have to do is make sure that I plan properly and that I'm in the best place possible for the people coming to my shows and that everything goes smoothly.
right. Yeah.
So it's sort of like that. And it's like when you're building a foundation for a house or building a website or anything. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, there's a quote, and I can't think who who it was. Someone good in history. But it was there's plans are useless, but there's a lot to gain from planning. Like the planning process is really useful in itself. So just going through the process of planning is really important.
And I just said implementation.
Yes,
As
for sure.
implementing it, that is so important as well. Yeah. So it's because it's new beginnings. It doesn't necessarily mean that bad things won't happen.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's dig into that. So
Yeah.
we're closing off a chapter at the end of this year.
Yeah.
Thank goodness. I remember we're all told to in New Zealand anyway to survive till 25, and this year, it's been probably one of the most financially challenging years of New Zealand for a couple of decades, probably worse than the GFC for a lot of people. It's just been very challenging politically.
It has.
I think we're still in this hangover from COVID and all of that sort of fallout as well. So it's been a very challenging year. So that new beginnings sounds great, but then you just mentioned that doesn't mean no problems, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So we still have challenges in 26 and
yeah.
I'll be back.
Okay. It's really interesting because we just had our own ending and beginning, didn't we, Andre?
We did just have our
in the podcast, because I had a coughing fit and I could feel it coming on. I said we have to stop for a minute. So here we go. It was an end. It's very symbolistic of what we're talking about. So you were picking up. You're talking about the economic times. It's been quite difficult, hasn't it?
Yeah, I just think in 2025, like you said, it's an ending.
Yeah,
and it's been a very difficult period.
Yeah.
We're about to start 26, new period, fresh beginnings, exciting.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean no challenges.
No,
right?
definitely doesn't mean no. Oh, I see what you mean. So no challenges. And I think that's the thing, there's pressure put on me, a psychic, especially when I've been in the media, when they say to me, what's going to happen next year? They say things, are there going to be any natural disasters and there's going to be any wars or there going to be some horrible things? Well, unfortunately, we're living on Earth and we're living on a planet. So, and we've got weather changes. So, yeah, of course there's going to be things that happen. I'm not going to get into predicting or even thinking about it. It is what it is, to be honest. You can't stop those sort of things from happening because natural disasters just happen. Yeah, so because it's a new beginning, it doesn't mean to say that will never happen. I mean, hopefully, let's hope it doesn't, but I'm not going to predict something like that.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so that's just life, and it's part of living on Earth and living in our human form. So there's always going to be some sort of challenges that we have to face.
It's life.
Yeah,
life.
It is life, really. But something about, I did look into the new year, 2026, what it brings, and something that came to me before we did the podcast. I thought, well, what does the future hold? What's the potential for next year? And they showed me this lovely rose. I've got an angel that's holding a beautiful rose, and I thought, wow, I've been shown love for next year. So I feel there's more thoughtfulness and love and connection next year, which is really important. And I see people aware of sadness and all that sort of thing. And then I had a look into it further. I did the tarot cards as well, just to confirm what I was getting. And you know what I saw for next year, which is absolutely beautiful and incredible? I saw the young people coming forward. And to start off with, I see that exchange of the years is going to be a time of battle. So I feel it could be difficulties and unsettlers, just like I talked about when you go into a new relationship, a new job. It could be like finding our feet to start off with, because it's going to be a new change of energy. So that's that change of going over. So don't expect an automatic change just because it's 2026. So there will be sort of a bit of I think, unsettling time for finding ourselves. So it may not be completely smooth to start off with. I do feel like it looks like financially things are going to grow. I think the shoot's already starting to grow. So it looks like it's going to be more security and more building up of futuristic financially. That's what it did show. I've also pulled a card for you from a message from Spirit. I pulled one card for each. So I just pulled, and that's what I pulled. So I'll read it out in a minute. That will confirm that as well. But I saw this beautiful Page of Cups at the end, and it's about young people. So this is about, there's going to be some births, some babies born, and young people. But the young people coming forward. So the young people are coming up through the generations, and it's going to be this beautiful young generation that's going to start leading us. And it's positive, and it's absolutely beautiful, and it's going to be different. And I'm getting the word from Spirit with new ideas. I'm getting new ideas and new beliefs. Now, isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
But I also want to go back, the Page of Cups that I saw is the love. So the love of the younger people and the younger generation, they're going to start coming through. And this new era is what I'm getting. And that feels very fortunate. It feels really good. And I think that's something we need to welcome. It's like, basically, it's the off with the old and on with the new, that just young beautiful, blossoming energies coming forward. Isn't that lovely?
It's lovely.
Isn't that nice? That's
Yeah.
what I really do believe. There's new things going to sprout. So that's what I've got for you for next year. And then I've got number 6. And so I talked about love before. So 6 is a love, number about 6 and love. It's about family and all these beautiful feelings. So I've just came from Spirit. This is for you for the new year. So I've got abundance. Abundance will come to you. An opportunity out of the blue. You are safe and forever protected. Something tells you you've been directed. We're not divided. I'm here for you. Making sure that your needs are provided. So it's showing the needs are going to be provided next year. It's going to be coming forward. There's going to be opportunities coming to you out of the blue as well. It's abundance. Abundance not always financial. Abundance can be abundance of love as well. It can be abundance of health. It can be abundance of opportunities, and it's really up to you to take those opportunities. So abundance is a really beautiful word.
I'm currently living in an abundance of strawberries at my house.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah.
That's lovely. And you're safe. It's saying that you believe that you're safe. And make sure they're not divided from Spirit. They're always around you and loving you. So I hope you enjoyed the podcast. Thank you, Andre, for taking time out of your busy schedule. It's Christmas time.
It's my pleasure.
And you've been strawberry picking, have you?
I have been strawberry picking.
Are you going to make nice things with strawberries?
Yeah, we'll figure it out. But yes, we got so many, we're going to have to do something with them. So
Yes, I'll see you on Christmas Day. That'll be the next time.
yeah, I'm
So
looking forward to it.
So if you'd like this podcast, we'd love you to subscribe. Then you become part of the Spiritual Truths family. And also tell other people about it so they can find out about the podcast as well. And remember to like it as well. Blessings and love, Kerry Marie.